Do you know that all Israelites are not Jews? For Jews are just those from the tribe of Judah, which is the wickedest of the 12 tribes. Now, thanks to Judaism, people are referring to themselves to one of the sons instead of to the father, which is Jah, Jehovah, Jacob, Israel. Now, around the time 740, Europeans decided to follow Judah by converting to Judaism. They did not convert to be Levites or Benjamites. Instead, they chose to follow Judah. So let's read. Since the best chance for one country to attack another comes through noting the weaknesses of the attack and the division of its people within, we can, through organizing our defense forces to maximum and by strengthening our internal unity, close all openings against the enemy. Our unity being our formidable weapon of defense, it should be kept more strengthened than our other forces of defense. Otherwise, the manpower and defense weapons so organized will be used for the destruction of the beloved country in serving the enemy's purpose. Now, thanks to Judah, we are divided. So let's listen. And Jacob had 13 children, and there's the 12 tribe of Israel. So what about Reuben? What about Simeon? What about Levi? What about Judah? What about Judah? Jah is going to conquer Judah because of their lies.
And became regent. He became emperor on November 2nd, 1930, and was crowned Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, King of Zion, conquering lion of the seed of Judah.
He's the king of Zion, and he's going to conquer Judah, because he already told you. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than all his children. But according to Judaism, they want you to believe that Jesus came out of the tribe of Judah, when in fact he's the son of Joseph. But according to Judaism, they want you to think that Joseph is his stepdad and not his real dad. So let's read. For you brethren became followers of the churches of Judea, the Jews who kill prophets, and they please not God, and are contrary to all men. Wrath is come upon them. Satan hindered us. And notice Paul's name, also known as Simon Peter, which is just another name for Satan. And they represent Judaism. So let's listen.
One in the United States that sings Amazing Grace more than black people. Am I telling the truth? This Sunday, somewhere in a black church, Sister Jones gonna sing the solo. Stay with me, because there's one line of that I don't understand how any black person can allow move through their lips. That saved a wretch like me. He should be singing, because he's the wretch. Are you following me? But now, we, black people, call ourselves the wretch when they were raping our ancestors and beating and selling them. And now we call ourselves the wretch because we don't know who we are, because we don't know this history, because it somehow escaped the textbook.
You see, right now we're calling ourselves Jews, which makes no sense. Then again,
born in and by the way, Middle East only becomes Middle East as of the 1950s, when the Suez Canal is dug to separate North Africa with what we now call Middle East.
Correct.
We are literally separated by a canal. But the tectonics and the formation of the continent, Africa includes the entire Middle East.
100%. Hence we say African Middle East.
So what we call Middle East is actually a political thing. It's supposed to be called North Africa.
100%.
For practical purposes. So he's born in North Africa.
Jesus.
Yeshua himself. So we want to understand, how does a black boy born in North Africa leave Africa and go to Europe and come back with blue eyes, blonde hair? And then you ask me, is there an agenda? If you don't believe there's an agenda, then tell me and quit your profession as a media person. Because advertising means nothing.
Yes.
Because how can you package the Messiah in the same look of the oppressor
Judaism. That's why God is going to conquer the seeds of Judah, because they keep lying. For example,
I believe this is the word of God, word by word, letter by letter, no mistakes. Read this for me. Isaiah.
What book about? 2 Kings?
Yeah, 2 Kings.
Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem.
His mother was?
Ahathaliah, the grandmother,
Granddaughter.
The granddaughter of Omri, king of Israel.
Gotcha. How old was he when he became king?
22 years old.
Gotcha. You're a preacher, man, I can tell. All right. 2 Chronicles 22:2. Read it for me.
Isaiah was 42 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Ahathaliah, the grandmother of Omri.
Granddaughter of
The granddaughter of Omri.
So was he 22 or 42?
Whichever one.
It's a contradiction right there, right?
It's not a contradiction.
Okay, let me ask something. How old are you?
I'm 30.
So if I said you're 45 and you're 30, is that a contradiction? Come on, bro.
So
it's right there in
you're
front
trying
of
to take this, and
Yeah.
you're trying to pretty much get the whole Bible
you. Look, hold
without
on.
one
Do
verse.
you see these? You see these? It's not just one verse.
there's many verses, because all Bibles were translated out of the Ethiopian original tongues. Then as centuries passed, they decided to just change up the word, add and take away from the word. So it's basically creating confusion. For example, Psalm 72 makes it clear. It's regarding Solomon, the son of the king. And when it ends, the prayers of David, the son of Jesse, has come to the end. Now we all know that Jesus is the son of Joseph, and he's also the son of David. But thanks to Judaism, they want you to say the opposite. They want you to say that Jesus is his own father. So as you see, a Benjamin from the tribe of Benjamin is called a Benjamite. So what is someone called from the tribe of Judah? Judah, that gives his name to the identity, that of the Jews. The English term Jew is originally derived from the Hebrew of Judah. So if you're from Judah, you're a Jew. But in the land, each of the 12 Israelite tribes settle. So it's an Israelite tribe. We're not all Jews. Only those from Judah are Jews. And who is Judah? The Ammonites. And Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins, which they had committed above all their fathers. Hence they're the wickedest of all the 12 tribes. For they also built them high places and images and groves, and every high hill and under every green tree. And they were also sodomites in the land. So now according to the Vatican, they want to partake with the LMNOP and act like that's God words. So you see, notice it's written, no Ammonite, because Ammonism was an ancient Egyptian religion. And Ammon was one of the kings of Jerusalem, which is in the land of Judea. And Judea is in between Egypt and India. So what was that place called? It seems that classical historians and geographers call the whole region from India to Egypt, both countries inclusive, by the name of Ethiopia. So the Middle East in reality is Ethiopia. Hence you get the 12 tribes, because the 12 tribes represents the God of Israel, who represents Ethiopia. Jagad.
Joseph and Benjamin. What about Dinah, we sister? You gotta know who you come from, for you to know who you are.